Charlie, Manchester United, the trend. Manchester United spoiled there after winning the FA Cup final against Manchester City last Saturday at the Wembley. They changed the entire narrative of their story this season, and now Manchester United is bubbling. All the trolling on social media is going to Chelsea and Arsenal and their trophyless season and a whole lot. Today we bring you a review of the FA Cup final, as well as all the updates and news and all the trending issues going on in social media concerning all the EPL top teams. I mean Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, and all the rest. Yes, so today I'm joined here by our Manchester United legend fan. I mean, of all the fans with Manchester United get, it be this one where it gave him wow. Yes, so Charlie Bruno, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Yes. Unfortunately, today we invited our Chelsea affiliate, but unfortunately, Sir Ogidi and Chichi did not come. The noise they make before the FA Cup, say Charlie, then go score Manchester City. So today, them all know if he come to the studio sick of. They know say then come on, it could be hit for them ass. But anyway, let's still go ahead with the discussion. Charlie, congratulations to Manchester United. It is as you said, yeah. Charlie, before we enter the match, they talk say last season it was the same final and then Man City won 2-1. Yeah. So then they talk say yes, Manchester United this time will also beat Man City 2-1, but you were not very hard on the revenge.
Yeah, sure. I told you that we were not going into the match as a revenge, no, but we are coming with determination to win the trophy, and we will score them 2-1. That's what I said.
And that is the correct prediction.
Yeah, sure. It wasn't a revenge anyway, but it was a must win for Manchester United.
Yes, indeed, it was a must win. I mean, with Manchester United finishing 8th on the league table, they needed to win this cup so that at least it could make way for the Europa. And thankfully, yes, they have indeed qualified for the Europa. This win actually makes it the 13th time you have won the FA Cup. But I'm not sure you guys will be concerned much about that one. What you will concerned much about is pushing Chelsea to the Europa. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, it was, a great joy. Before the match, United, our main focus was to play in Europe next season.
Sure.
And what will take us to Europe is winning the FA Cup.
Only that.
Yes, so you realize the players were very determined. They wanted to win the FA Cup at all costs in order to play in Europe next season. And they went to the field. Wembley, I would say, is our second home. We have played there most often. We have won a lot of trophies there. So going into the match, I would say the players were very determined. So after getting that early 2 goals in the first half, they hold on, and that was what got us there.
And the 2 goals came from the youngsters of the side, Kobe Menu and Garnacho. What has been their influence in the team? They won the FA Youth, Youth League as well. So the FA Cup is something they are very familiar with. Lifting that trophy is something they are very familiar with.
Yeah, sure. As you rightly said, you realize this season, Kobe and Garnacho has been very instrumental in the setup of Manchester United, producing a lot of goals, and week in, week out, they are putting up a very great performance. So, getting that goal, especially from Kobe, you realize Kobe from the beginning of the season, we were not seeing much of him scoring. Mostly, he wants to, do the attacking in the midfield, do the distribution of passes, but at a point you realize sometimes when we get the ball and we're attacking, he also joined the attack, and that was a plus for him. So that was what got him that goal, the second goal. The assist from Bruno Fernandes was top class.
Very. Bruno Fernandes is an excellent player, and if you are talking about someone who is very technical in the midfield, then of course Bruno Fernandes is no less a player. Now, winning against Pep Guardiola in such a final is very monumental. Pep is not known to lose finals like that, and having already met I think about twice in the season in the league, and then all those occasions, City coming up on top. It must take Ten Hag a lot to really beat Pep in this one. What do you think really worked for him tactically?
Yeah, so sure. So as you rightly said, let me say this. After the match, a lot of fans, not City fans, but the other team, Chelsea, of Liverpool, they were saying it was a fixed match,
Yeah,
and I was
yeah.
so
I mean, at
surprised.
this top
You
level,
know, Pep will not, when there's a trophy, Pep will not sit down for you to just ride over
exactly.
him easily.
Especially after losing out on the Champions League.
Yes,
Yeah.
because I'm sure he wanted to do treble this season and didn't work. So I mean, adding the FA Cup to the Premier League was what he wanted to do,
Yeah.
but it didn't went that way. So I mean, the Chelsea and the Liverpool fans, especially Chelsea fans, because now they have been dropped down to conference.
Yeah.
All they have to say is that, oh, it was a fixed match. No, it wasn't a fixed match.
Yeah.
Because United, I'll say, because when you look at our setup,
Yeah.
we were playing four backs, two. So we
And
played
some of your
four.
injured players were also back. So I mean,
Yes, you have
it gave
Martinez
a
in,
boost to the team.
Varane in to the defense. So at
Yeah.
least we have.
And you could tell on the night, Martinez really handled
I'm
Haaland.
telling you, yeah. So Haaland was just off. It was just, you understand. So you realize at least our midfield, from the midfield to the attack,
Yeah.
everybody was here. That was the day. That Saturday was when I saw a little seriousness from Rashford.
Okay.
For some time now, I don't see any seriousness when he's playing.
Yeah.
But on that day, in fact, he really puts up a very good performance.
Yeah.
And you realize the players were very determined. We didn't play a typical number 9.
Yeah.
So we were playing Scott and Bruno at the front line. And you realize everybody was stacking. Amrabat has been one player who easily loses the ball, but that day he was doing a lot of tacking. And in fact, that was what United got right. The mentality of the players that day was
that winning mentality.
Yes.
Yeah. Right. So yes, United did a very good job on that day. Securing a cup at the end of the season is something the fans are really, happy about. After such an up and down season, finishing it off with that trophy really sets them on top. In that they may not be as glorious as they used to be, but of course, a trophy is something we can all jubilate, and more so qualifying for Europe. But there is still this big question. During the latter part of the season, the board came out to say that they are actually selling a lot of their players and doing this big clear out, and that has generated a lot of uncertainty for the future of a lot of the players and even the manager himself. So with this performance, which a lot of the legends in the Manchester United club, if you talk about, say, Alex Ferguson and some other top dignitaries of the side, were actually present to watch the match, and they were very happy. You could see that everyone was very happy about the performance and winning the trophy. Does that go to say that they will want to maintain Ten Hag to continue the Manchester United job, and they will still want to maintain some of the players? What influence or what impact does this win have over the manager and the players' future?
All right. So thank you very much for the question. So as you rightly said, going into the match, we realized there were a lot of controversies as to the coach at the end of the season will be signing out.
Yeah.
Likewise the players to most of the players. Yes. So going into this final, despite we have won the trophy, I will say that Eric Ten Hag has been, he has done so much. This is the second season. At least he has spent 2 seasons with Manchester United, winning 2 trophies. That is not a bad record. At least every season he's able to get a trophy for the team. But one thing that has been the problem of Manchester United is the player in depth. Our players, the backup of players that we have is not that compared to teams like Manchester City, whereby if a player should be on injury, we are likely to get a same level performance replacement for the same player. We don't have that at Manchester United. So that is the problem we have. That is what is causing the coach. So sometimes you realize, if, for example, going into this, the 2 Premier League matches we played before the end of the season, you realize because most of our defenders were injured, we have to force some of the midfielders to come and play the defensive setup. That wasn't the best. We have to get backup. The squad in depth should be a concern for the management going into next season. And I think at least if they should do this, it will cause United that we see in the olden days to still be on that top level performance. So I don't think Eric Ten Hag I'm not sure management will want to see him off.
Mm-hmm.
But with the players, it is likely some of the players they have to vacate from the team to give room for other players to come and boost our squad in depth.
Yeah. So yes, that has been a major concern for Manchester United, especially going into next season, where how do you call it? I mean, next season is looking all good for Manchester City and Arsenal, but for Chelsea, for Liverpool, and Manchester United, there is still that concern if they will be able to really put up some top performances in there. But with Liverpool, I mean, this new manager coming in for Liverpool and all the contention there, it looks like Man United has a very good opportunity to slide into the title race.
Yeah, sure. Man United has a good opportunity, as you rightly said, because you know this new coach coming to Liverpool, England has been a terrain whereby when new coaches come, if you don't have that pedigree, that's kind of, coaches that's when we talk about the best coaches, if you don't fall in that category, trophy winning coaches, when you come to this 4 or 5 big clubs, talk about Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal, and Chelsea, you really struggle, because these are players that have seen it all at the top level, win most of the top trophies. Coaching them, you need that kind of performance to be able to give them instructions to follow. But this coach, I've not read much about him, but he's not one of those coaches that I think can be able to manage the Liverpool team and the kind of players they have currently. He will struggle. So going to next season, as you rightly said, it is true. It's an opportunity for Manchester United to slip off to the top level, because Liverpool, and it is likely some of their big stars will want to go to other teams, which will bring the struggle into the team next season. But let's see what happens next season for them.
Right. So yes, congratulations to Manchester United on winning their 13th FA Cup. I mean, the 13 actually brings them just one trophy shy of Arsenal, who are the record holders. But of course, if they're able to do it again next season, then they are joint, record holders with Arsenal, and subsequently they can surpass them, and then they will be leading in all trophies in England. Of course, they are leading the Premier League, and if they're able to win take the lead in the FA Cup as well, then of course it goes on to add to the glory of Manchester United. Yes, so yes, we would love to talk about other development as well. There is how do you call it, Chelsea searching for a new manager and all of that, but we will come back to talk about that later. Thank you for sticking with us to this end of the show. See you in the next one.